Ladies and gents, welcome to the platform, the journalist DJ.com. Next to me, I've got Shimza. The last time I tried to interview Shimza, the interview went well, but the sound was pop. So hopefully today everything goes well. Yo, Shimza, how you feeling, dog?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Today we are hanging out at Hyde Park, in Joburg, because you are collaborating with a premium brand called Tshepo Jeans, which is a brand from the township. You yourself, you're also a brand from the township, and the two of you guys decided to get together and put together a project. Tell me, man, why are we here today?
Today we're here to launch a very special collaboration with Tshepo. The collaboration is called H.O.P.E. And I think, like you said, man, it's two brands that sort of have a similar background. We have a similar story. And see what it is that we can do in the spaces that we are in. So when we chilled, man, it was a matter of but what can we do? We could have easily just decided to do a range fair, but we felt like we had to create something that has meaning, that can give people hope, and to people that are just going to see the t-shirt, even if but they're going to look at the message and it will help them go through the little pains that they might be going through, and we know that right now, Baba are going through a lot of stuff, and I think this message will resonate with a lot of people, and a lot of people will find comfort in at least reading the message of the collaboration.
Yeah. You're not just a DJ. I think, in my opinion, you're more of an entrepreneur than a DJ. Let's talk about, Shimza, the entrepreneur, because a lot of people see you, rocking stages, doing your thing. You tweeted, I think a couple of months ago, and you said the logistics business is tough. And I'm like, hey, Shimza's into logistics. Tell me about that. What's happening there?
Yeah, I'm in the business of moving coal, and that's like a division within my enterprises that I'm working on. We're doing a couple of stuff with some mines in Mpumalanga. We're moving coal from there to Richards Bay, and that's a business that I thought, it doesn't need me to be the one driving the truck. I can literally get someone to manage the drivers and manage the transportation side of things. So I think it's just a matter of trying to diversify my portfolio and making sure that there's multiple streams of income while I'm still getting the gigs and getting paid for that. I should put that money into something that will obviously live beyond my DJ career, and I think it's good that I'm starting out quite young. And I hope that there's more opportunities that can come my way that I can get into Kisalindwana, and then hopefully when I grow up I can just chill.
That's amazing, man. Look, different, industry altogether. And now you're talking about, obviously now, you're the DJ that's gigging all over the place. I see you're going on an international tour, a lot of you've been doing international shows, a lot of international dates. Tell me about that journey, man. How has that been like, and where are you going to next?
The journey has been quite cool, and I think from where I started to where I am now, it's sort of shaping up quite nicely. I feel like that part of my business is growing, and it's growing very well. I'm very patient with that side of things. I'm traveling a lot now, like you're saying, and I'm doing a lot of international shows, which is quite cool because you're seeing more people connecting with our music, knowing about our sound, and I'm happy to be the one that's also part of sharing the music with the world. I'm doing a lot of shows now. I'm away for the whole of June and July, and August, September is also looking busy. I'm actually booked off the whole year, which is quite cool because I'm at a point where I've set up events in South Africa that will proper present me the way I want to be presented. So I've created a Kunye with my team, and when you're at Kunye, you'll be able to experience the Shimza experience in the most purest form, because we've curated what it needs to look like, you know, and I'm trying to run away from gigs that present me with their own narrative to creating events that are going to present me the way I want to be presented, you know. So I'm happy that I started creating stuff before my international career sort of took off, because now it's working hand in hand, you know. When I come back home, I'm not coming back to play gigs that I'm not sure are going to proper where I'll be able to express myself properly, you know. I've created platforms and people look forward to me coming back to those platforms because they know that they're going to experience Shimza in his purest form, where he doesn't feel like he needs to change the sound or whatever. You know, I can say, this is what I'm doing overseas and I'm going to present it to you. People come to those shows looking forward to that. So I'm working on, honestly speaking, coming back home to playing for my own shows and then going back out to the world to play more shows, you know. And I think that's more important to me because, like I'm saying, I'm in full control of the experience that I want to give people. Yeah.
And, you know, obviously, we know Kunye, we know you are. Those are Afro-tech events. And because it's interesting you're saying that, because I was going to ask you, like, you know, as a South African DJ, these days, it looks like it's difficult to be an Afro-tech DJ where everybody wants Amapiano, and no disrespect to Amapiano. And I wanted to know, like, is there a difference, like, when you play locally and overseas? Because those are two different markets. Do you feel like, okay, cool, maybe I need to kind of like play this style because, yeah, it's home. I need to play this style because these guys are European. Or, you know, tell me about that experience for you as a DJ.
I think it's getting more and more difficult to play back here at home because of, like, everyone wants what they know, what they listen to every day, which is Amapiano, you know. And I think we are to blame for that because now we are so caught up in this international career and exporting the music so much that back here at home you can count the events that actually play Afro-tech, you know, where people can go and enjoy the music. But what are we saying to that consumer when we are not there? It means they are stuck with what they are stuck with, you know, which makes it a bit more difficult for us when we come back because we then have to bend our hand a bit to sort of accommodate them because we understand that what we play out there is not what they are listening to back here at home, you know. And it takes a person that understands the market and has been DJing for a long time like myself to know, okay, when I get to a place like this and there are this type of people, I need to go this direction, you know. We try and sample more music to people so that they sort of get into it, but I think there's so much more that we should be doing to educate and solidify the Afro house and Afro-tech space in South Africa, you know. I mean, Kunya alone is not enough, you know. You are alone is not enough. There needs to be a lot of things that are coming up that are going to always be on the ground, so that when people want to listen to the sound, they know that, okay, go Val River Sundays, I know I'm going to get the sound. But Val River Sundays, Leona, is once a month. We need something that's going to come and cushion that as well, you know. So we're building bit by bit, but I feel like there's still a lot of work that needs to be done back here at home.
Yeah. Nah, man, amazing stuff. You know, it's interesting, you know. And, you know, second last question to you, Shimza, is that, I mean, you are the pioneer, I feel, I could be wrong, of the whole, you know, like live mix with like effects and doing crazy stuff on the decks. And now all the kids are doing it, you know. It's amazing to see. And I feel like that was the next thing of DJing. What do you think is the next thing of DJing?
Of DJing, bro, the trend is now dancing while you play. So I guess that's it, you know, until someone else comes with something different. I guess that's where we all going.
Oh yeah, the whole dancing on the decks. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Kunye, I know Kunye is also a label, yeah, right? And I know you work with Blanca Mazimela. I think Bantuanas, I'm not sure. Tell me about the label Kunye, bro. I know it's your label. And what are the plans there?
We actually have a couple of EPs lined up. We have a dark EP that's coming out soon. We have another Blanca EP coming soon, and then we have a Taxin EP also dropping. So we feel like also on the label side, we've also sort of like been very slow in releasing music on the label, you know, and that's obviously because we need to get our house in order before we can sort of get the ball rolling, you know. But now the ball is rolling because we've got our stuff in order, and we'll be releasing more music, you know. But I think Kunya, the label, is a platform that is going to make sure that the people that release on the label are the ones that we are going to be traveling with all around the world when we do our showcases, because we have the music. That's what we can sell to the audience in the different spaces that we are going to say, this person released this EP, it's got an international remixer that makes sense to the crowd that you're playing for, and we are bringing him to your country as the Kunya, the event brand. So the event brand feeds off the label, and we're going to be showcasing people that way, because it doesn't make sense for us to tour with people that are not releasing on the label. You know, as much as we want to always carry the guys we know can be sellable, like people that are in the space, we also want to create a space for people that are not really in the mainstream, if I can put it that way, that we can say, here's an outlet for you to release music, so therefore we can then plug you into the event so that people can put the face to the music, you know. And that's where we want to get it right, you know, so that it's not just you releasing music on the label and that's it. And it's sort of a bit tough because some guys see us as a small label, you know, and respectably so, you know. They see us as, they'd rather release their music on Mo Black because they are maybe an international label that's doing a lot of Afro house. But we want to create the thing where even our lineups in South Africa are not just headliners, but we're putting on people that are releasing their music on our label and people don't know about. Good producers that are making the sound, and we can then introduce them through the music into the events, and hopefully that can get them going, you know? Yeah.
I know. Yo, Shimza, man, thank you so much, bro. Is there anything else that you just want to say to people out there that I might have missed?
Yeah, bro, my one-man show is back.
Oh, yeah, you started, I forgot that question. You started pushing that show like early when the year is starting, a show that's in December. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's a crazy rollout plan.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do that because I haven't had that show at that level in a while. You know, I haven't had the show outdoors in a couple of years, and I think it's up to me to sort of remind people what the show is about, get them talking so that they are excited about the show. I mean, the tickets are already moving, people are already planning for what they're going to do and how they're going to dress, you know. So it's quite exciting because with that, it's not just an Afro house event, you know. It's like all genres. I get West Java, I get Kabla the Small, I get all these big acts to come into the hood, and we raise money for kids to buy them school shoes for the next year, you know. So it's an exciting thing for me. I'm back at Mihlareng Stadium, you know, in December, Christmas Day, and yeah, people should just go out there, buy tickets, and I can't wait to be at that show.
Looking forward to, man, and then we out. Awe, danko. Always love it.